Hello all, welcome to session 28 of CSharp.net training series. In this session, I'm going to explain and practically demonstrate implicitly typed variables using var keyword in C Sharp. So let's get started. First of all, what exactly are these implicitly typed variables and how to use the var keyword to create such kind of implicitly typed variables? If you go and check the normal variables, guys, okay? So if I have to create a normal variable, let's say variable A, and if I want to store, okay, into this variable, if I want to store a value, say 9, which is an integer value, then I have to declare or define this variable with a data type known as int. Tomorrow, if I want to store a decimal value, you see, I cannot store a decimal value into a variable of int data type. I have to change it to double, right? Then it will accept. If I change the value type to Boolean literal, in this case, this variable should be declared with bool data type. And if I provide some string text here, okay, some string literal if I provide, I cannot store string literal into a variable of bool data type. I have to make it string type and so on, right? But there's one thing in C sharp that is implicitly typed variables where if you define this variable with var keyword, any type of data can be accepted. Either you see the variable A is currently defined as var keyword using var keyword and it has become a implicitly typed variable now. I can store string literal into that. What if I store boolean value? No problem, it will accept. What if I want to store integer value? No problem, it will accept. You see, the variable which is declared using the var keyword can accept all type of values. 9.5 accept, single character literal accept, and everything will be accepted. These are called as implicitly typed variables. Okay, these are known as implicitly typed variables. Variables declared using the var keyword are known as implicitly typed variables. You see, you when you define or declare a variable with a implicitly typed if you make that as implicitly typed variable using the var keyword, if you define the variables within the using the var keyword, then you can store any type of data. You can store integer data into the variable using the var keyword, declared using the var keyword, decimal value, character literal, string literal, boolean value, any type of data can be stored into the variable of implicit typed variable type. Okay, that is var keyword. So here compiler understands this. Who will decide the data type here internally? When you assign, for example, here when you assign a single character literal, internally the compiler will understand that this variable is of char data type. Okay, explicitly it is mentioned as var means internally compiler is deciding when this particular program is getting compiled, internally the compiler will decide the type of the variable as char internally. Okay, if you give string literal here, the compiler will decide internally the type of this variable as string. Okay, if I give string literal and so on. So can store any type of value. Var keyword defined variables can store any type of value, and compiler will decide the data type of the variable based on the assigned value. Based on the value that you are assigning, compiler will decide internally. And there are few rules, guys. Okay, in order to use this var keyword, there are few rules. Okay, in order to use this implicitly typed variables, there are some rules. Okay, otherwise you are going to get some errors. What are the rules here is, what if I declare this variable var a like this, and if I don't initialize, you see error is coming. The place where you have, for example, if I say int a, I'll not get any error. You see, if I declare this variable a, I'm not getting any error, right? It's not compulsory to initialize. But if I make it var, you see, it's compulsory to initialize. You have to initialize it. Okay, must be initialized. Implicitly typed variables must be initialized. Here itself, I need to say is equal to 9 or something, then the error will be gone. That's the first problem. Okay, when you are using implicitly typed variables, make sure that the line in which you have defined or declared that variable, in the same line you have to initialize. Otherwise, you are going to get the compiler error. Second case of error. Second case of error is when you have initialized the value for the first time to this variable of the var keyword, that's okay. But in the next statement, if you try to assign a different type of data, let's say if I try to assign my name here, it will not accept. Whatever the type of the data you assigned here, the same type of data you have to reinitialize. Okay, whatever the data you use for initializing, the same data need to be used for reinitializing also. If I say 15, there is no problem. But if I say true or something, it will not take. Okay, it maintains the type of the data. Whatever that is initialized, the same type of data need to be updated. Otherwise, it will not take. That is second case where you are getting the error. Third case is in case of normal variables, guys, you can say int a is equal to 5, comma b is equal to 4. Like this, you can say. You can declare two variables in a single statement. If I make it var here, okay, I'm going to get the error. Okay, I'm going to get the error. So the reason here is more than one variable cannot be declared using the var keyword in a single statement. If you have to do the same thing here, then what you have to do? You have to say var a is equal to 5, again var b is equal to 4. Like this you have to write. In a single statement, you cannot declare two variables using the var keyword. Okay, that is a third error. So this is all about the implicitly typed variables, guys. As I already mentioned, into the variables which are declared using the var keyword, you can store any type of data. Okay, any type of literals you can store. Everything will be accepted, and these are the few rules we have to take care of while assigning the data to the var declared variables. That is implicitly typed variables in C sharp. So that's all for this session, guys. In the next session, I'm going to cover another C# .NET topic for you. Till then, see you. Bye bye.